You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Da 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 do. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are in the building on this bright, early morning day. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. In the building, we got Rockstone Triz, Miss Tony B. Knowing, and we are in here.
Up in here, up in here.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Y'all gonna make me do today. But we ain't gonna do that. We're not gonna lose our mind. We're gonna keep our mind. We're gonna expand our mind because that's what we are as a people. Hello.
Power to the people.
Power to them. Anyhow, people, quick check-in. It is the week. We just got off the weekend. Miss Tony, Rockstone Triz, start thinking about the things that you guys did. And go. Tell me everything.
Guess what? You guys will be proud of me. I watched an episode of Black Mirror.
Oh my God, how did it go?
I watched the episode with Issa Rae.
Oh, yes.
Super weird. Guess what I also watched?
What?
The entire Bad Thought.
I told you it was funny.
What's
It's
Bad
a lot of penis.
I
I was like, oh my God.
What is Bad Thought again?
Tom Segura.
Tom Segura,
comedian.
go ahead. The
Yeah.
comedian, he does a spin on Black Mirror called Bad Thought, and I mean, I feel like that's the way I live my life, though. So I'm like I can't even feel too bad about the bad thoughts that he had, but it's very, very perverse. It's so much like, what the hell is going on here?
Where do you find that one?
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's been renewed. So was he serious when he's like, my show's been renewed? Like,
I'm
are they
not
doing that
sure.
again? So it's 6 episodes. They're really quick episodes. It's pretty funny, but it's also very, very dark. Like, what did I just watch?
I think I watched like 2 episodes of it.
Oh no, I watched all 6 last night. That was just like, I can't turn away from this craziness because this mess is crazy. But it was really funny. I watched 1 episode of Black Mirror and I was like, okay, maybe Black Mirror. Maybe I'll
It's
give
not.
it.
I honestly think that you would like it.
Yeah.
I do think so.
I did go get to see the Marvel's Thunderbolts over the weekend too, which was
Oh, did you? How
Yeah.
was that?
So I am not familiar with the story of them.
Is there a story of them? I thought they was new and they were like a knockoff of the Avengers. No.
What's the word? Yeah, they've been around for a little while.
Oh, really?
Yes. What's the word? They've been here for a little
I
while.
don't even know what the context of that word would be.
Actually, but not actually like.
Oh.
Quite the contrary.
Apparently.
Oh yes, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, so apparently they've been around for a little while. So anyhow, I did watch the movie. It's again very weird. Everything I watched this week was rather weird. I started watching Chaos with Jeff Goldblum, who plays Zeus, and it's a spin-off on like modern day, the Greek gods in the modern day. And it's everything that I watched this weekend. Very, very weird.
Goldblum played Zeus.
He plays Zeus. Yeah, it's very interesting. It was one season on Netflix and wasn't renewed because there wasn't a lot of watchership. So they didn't renew it.
Watchership.
Yeah. Or whatever. I don't know. Whatever the words are today. But I had a very nice weekend. Shout out to my friend who, Jay, came down and hung out with me for the weekend.
What up,
It was really, really
Jizzy?
nice. So it was cool. It was good. He was in the drop top, cruising the streets, and that was fun.
It was a nice weekend for that.
It was an excellent weekend. A very, very excellent weekend.
Yeah, nice weekend. And then yesterday, of course, was the Haitian Flag Day Parade. Ça passe! Haiti!
Man, the city was active yesterday.
I mean,
It
the whole
really
weekend.
was, yeah.
So we went on to Sauce and I sat right here in the middle of the street in front of Spark FM, ate fried chicken with Sparkell, and had a good time watching the Haiti.
This year we usually go down there. We usually shout out to Ruth Z. Louisiane, City Council President. She usually contracts us to do a little music for her truck. We're gonna figure that out. Yeah. But do a little music for her truck. She's one of the I think she's the Why I want to call her
She's a
Grandmaster?
Grand Marshal.
Grand
Marshall. I'm like, what is the word? She is a KKK. Yeah. So it was a very, very well attended parade. Lots of people out there. So many representatives, resources, and different entities within the Haitian community. One thing about them Haitian people is that they stick together and they do the thing. Their flag raising was like Friday or something, bro. They transformed City Hall.
Yeah.
It was chairs, balloons, wreaths, food, tents. It looked like a festival on City Hall Plaza.
Let me tell you something. Haitians is proud. You know that they're having their Haitian Day for the Red Sox is coming up this week too.
Wait, was that? No, I think it would
Oh,
happen.
it already happened?
I think it happened.
Oh, it's Friday. It was Friday. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I saw a couple of pictures. And I
No,
was like,
it is Friday.
This
coming up.
Friday.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Because
it's
I saw
Haitian-
some pictures of people in jerseys, and I was like, maybe they got things early.
Yeah, who's ready for May 23rd, the Haitian Cultural Night at the Red Sox? Do you get discount tickets for that, or is it a regular ticket?
I think it comes with your purchase of a jersey. I don't know. I'm making that up.
Jersey.
Oh, look who came to play today. Evans.
Evans. So join the Boston Red Sox, Boston City Council President Rudy Louisiane, and local Haitian American trailblazers as we celebrate Haitian Heritage Month at Fenway Park on Friday, May 23rd. Each ticket holder who purchases a ticket through the special offer will receive a Red Sox Haitian celebration jersey commemorating the day of Haitian Flag, the date of Haitian Flag Day. And don't miss out. Cop your jersey right now. Let me see how much this costs.
Oh wow, that's a dope jersey too.
It's like $60.
I might get one.
Press play. Let me see. Where can you purchase?
I don't know. Haitians of Boston posted it, and I think you can.
Yeah, it's on MLB.com. Red Sox. I'm
Okay.
gonna post the link in.
But it don't. That link don't got the ticket link. Do it? Don't got the ticket link.
You know, it was interesting yesterday. There was a group in the parade called the League of Haitian Basketball Players Overseas who reunited to be together. And we were like, wow.
It's all those letters.
Is that a thing?
The thing is, she's not exaggerating.
Yeah, it was something like that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's a thing, huh? League of Haitian
It's
Basketball
like
Players Overseas.
ABCD 8004478 Monday thing.
I don't know. I clicked on the Haitians of Boston link, but I don't see where to buy the
Oh,
jersey.
look at Justin J.D. Dennis.
Yes.
Shout out to Rockstone Triz. I live in L.A., but enjoy seeing your radio show out here. You all make me proud to be from Boston. Yay, Justin!
Thank you, Justin.
That's my
Share the link with all your friends.
that's my middle school and high school buddy from Marblehead.
Nice. From
Good morning,
Marblehead.
Justin. Well, I don't know. It's probably
Marblehead.
evening over there. Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, that's so cool. I don't know. We'll find the link and we'll post it in case anybody is interested. But that's pretty cool.
Very, very cool. I like that kind
That
of
might
thing.
be a nice night.
Yeah. I'm planning to have a nice night there.
I was
go to
weekend, yeah, we did everybody. So my weekend was terrible.
Right. Oh, Tristan was down and out.
I was down since Friday. I haven't really ate anything since Friday. I don't know. I feel like I was having back spasms and I feel like I had a stomach virus. At the
You got a
same
little
time.
cat belly. I don't tell you that.
So it was terrible for me. But I'm going to try to get revitalized and eat some fruits today and see if I can get going again.
Yeah, good,
You
good.
know, you know.
You got to take care of
You
yourself.
need
got
some
to take
herbs.
Got to. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I got to stop eating all this junk food.
Yeah,
Got to eat some fresh foods.
you do.
Yep. It's very important. It's very
And,
important.
and what about your weekend, Sauce?
My weekend was good. Other than working backwards, yesterday was the Haitian Flag Day parade. We went to that. We also had Red Shades and the Music Jumpstart program happening for the last 2 days inside the Spark FM studio. So that was really cool to see the place transform into a teaching facility, where they set up it was like a real boot camp with whistles and a staunched program and itinerary. They had lunch, they had performances, they had learnings, chats all kinds of things going on. So it was really great to see the space utilized for different things that we first envisioned it. You know, having a bigger space allowed us to do a lot more things for the community. So that was really, really dope. I did finally go see Sinners.
Yeah.
I saw it. Interesting movie.
Yeah.
Interesting movie. Very captivating, very entertaining. I need to watch it again with the symbolisms, knowing what the symbolisms are, so that I felt like I was trying too hard to decipher everything in real time.
You can't do
and
that
I
while you
couldn't
watch
enjoy
it.
the movie. So I just decided to watch the movie.
Yeah.
And then when it comes back on Netflix or something like that, then I could go back in and
the think pieces and the people's theories and
Yeah.
and then go back and watch it, and it's like, oh, okay, you can see some symbolism.
But
and
I
all that.
did enjoy it. He's a, and it wasn't scary. So it's marked as a horror.
Yeah.
I did scream maybe 3 times.
Yes.
Because of shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
"Bah!"
yeah,
Ah!
yeah.
And I'm a screamer. You
Yeah.
know, I was like, ah!
Shorty's a screamer.
And you know, like, I liked it. I liked the movie. I definitely want to see it again. And I might be interested in going to see Ryan Coogler's other movies now that I could. But some of them got head spinning and things like that.
Like what movie?
Like the one, remember the one that was on the beach and they was wearing red clothes?
Is that Ryan Coogler?
Yeah. Yeah, not us. It came out like right after us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What?
Oh, them.
Them.
I
Yes.
know it was some pronoun.
Was it they?
Some pronoun.
It was something like that.
Yes.
What of them? I don't know. This is so interesting. I just learned that the Red Sox actually have cultural and identity celebrations for everybody. I didn't know that. Jewish, Haitian, Italian, disability pride, Greek American, Polish,
Latinx.
Mexican,
Yep.
Nigerian, India, Puerto Rican.
Yep.
They got to separate. Black and African American, Dominican, women's celebration, Native American and American Indian, and Irish, Cape Verdeans, Japanese, Hispanic. Wow, I didn't know that they did all of that. That's very nice. I'm gonna go to this one.
Which one you going to?
This one I'm going to Nigerian.
Oh, yes.
Nigerian celebration. I'm gonna have me a Nigerian wedding.
I want one of them weddings where they throw money at me.
Me too,
in
and
my
they pin
face.
money on my pink dress.
Yes, and at one point I just can't even get all the money out of my face because everybody want to.
Yes.
Everybody want to compete to give me all the money.
Yes.
Okay.
What I want to go to. I
And
want
then
to go to that.
at the end, when my husband sit there and he just take out his water money and he just throw it on my lap.
Yes.
In my mouth.
And then as long as I don't smile, he keep on giving me more money and
Yep.
giving me more money.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
That's
I'm not
what I
gonna
want.
smile.
I'm not gonna smile either. I'm gonna smile though, because I'll be like, ah.
No, because as soon as you smile, that's it.
Bro, I like money. As soon as I see it, I start to smile. I can't help that.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take your place there. Anyhow, that was the weekend. It was a gorgeous one. This week is gonna be a little weird for us. So we're in here today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, we're not here. We'll be back Friday. We're going to go see Kimar. The baby is graduating from high school. He is a big man now. A big man. Yeah! And so we're traveling to North Carolina, and this is gonna be very interesting.
I'm
We
just
might be-
a baby. I'm just a baby.
We're gonna be different people when we come back here on Friday.
Why?
Because we're traveling North Carolina in a van with our parents and our 2 children.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have an attitude. That's what I'm going to have.
This is going to be a different person in here. on
Or I
Friday.
might be happy because I'd be like, oh my God, look at normalcy.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Normal.
Anyhow, we're going to start this show right now for y'all. And
Yes, we are.
we
So
are.
Saucy and Friends in the Morning officially starts Que es un now.
Wow.
That's an insult.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this, Doctor?
This is
Well, Spark of New England. Spark FM. The all-new Spark FM.
Get up, get on up, get up. Oh. North Carolina, oh no, put your shirt off. Wrap it on your head, spring like a helicopter. Throw smatter right up. All right, today is Monday, May 19th. Monday, May 9th.
The Tourette's be kicking them ass in the airport,
Wow.
I tell you.
Monday, May 19th, it is 9:34 a.m. Today, currently, the temperature is 56 degrees. It's 50. It's a little chilly. It's a tad bit nip outside. Winds like, it feels like actually 48 degrees. So that's more accurate. Today's going to be a high of 62 degrees, a low of 49 later tonight. Cloudy conditions expected around 5 p.m. Wind gusts up to 29 miles per hour are making the temperatures feel like 48. And I do absolutely feel the wind all day. When I was walking today, I was like, oh, hell, it's a little chilly. It's a little chilly. And I don't like that. But we are outside.
In the sun, it's warm, but outside of the sun, it is not.
It depends on the sun. Girl, it's just cold. It's 48.
Shoot.
That's cold. That's almost 30 degrees.
Yeah.
You know, and this was right there. But anyway, that is the weather for today. The rest of the week looks kind of pretty much the same. We're not going to hit any high temperatures. The highest we'll get this week is probably 67 degrees, and that's next Monday. So the rest of the week is pretty chilly. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it might rain, but we'll keep you abreast to how the weather changes as we go throughout the days. With grow up. But with that said, let's get into the show. Miss Tony, what do we have for a locale news?
Oh, wow. How'd that get up here? We've got all kinds of things in the local news today. Boy, local news is local newsing. Republican candidate Mike Keneally goes on the record about running for Massachusetts governor.
Huh?
Exactly. What is this up here?
Republican candidate. How
Yeah.
Republican is he?
Let's look and see.
Let's
Mike
see.
Keneally. So Mike Keneally, who previously served as Massachusetts Secretary of Housing and Economic Development in former Governor Charlie Baker's cabinet, is running as a Republican candidate for Massachusetts governor in 2026. Keneally, who previously spent years working in private equity, was asked why he wanted to run for governor of Massachusetts. Do you have the clip?
1 second.
Okay. Okay. I love public service and I love Massachusetts, Keneally said. I am looking at a state right now with some major challenges and major opportunities. Our campaign is focusing on affordability, opportunity, and better government. I think all those dimensions, Governor Healy is failing us. Based on all of my experience in business, local and state government, and education, I think I have the skills, background, and relationships to make a difference in Massachusetts.
Today's newsmakers are going on the record.
Government, state government, education.
This is him?
The nonprofit space.
pull
I think
that
I've
up a
got
little
a
bit.
skill of public service, and I love Massachusetts. I'm looking at our state right now. We have some major challenges and major opportunities. We've articulated 3 parts of our campaign we're going to focus on: affordability, opportunity, and better government. I think on all those dimensions, Governor Healy is failing us. And based on my track record in business, in local government, state government, education, the nonprofit space, I think I've got the skills and the background and the relationships to make a difference for Massachusetts.
Well, and as we introduce you, you're Republican running for governor,
Yes.
and you say you didn't vote for President Trump, right?
No.
And so I want to make that clear. Last fall being the reason why. Why?
No.
Look, that was the right decision at the time, I thought. But look, the only election I'm focused on right now is 2026.
Got it.
And the only politician I want to compare myself to is Maura Healey. So
Oh, say
we're
that.
on to 2026. That's where our focus has to be right now.
Democrats are focused on comparing you, however, to President Trump, giving you a nickname and trying to tie you closely to him. Do you support the president?
For me, it's issue by issue, okay? People ask me, do you support a certain issue? I'll tell you up or down if I support it or not. But I've said from day one of this campaign,
Would you stand up to him?
We're not about labels. We're not about associating me with any other politician. It's about my ideas and my vision, and ultimately about the people of Massachusetts and what they want.
Would you stand up to the president? We've seen several politicians be put in that position and actually do stand up.
What I would do is make the case for Massachusetts, okay? And so I'll give you an example, all right?
So you would?
I will always advocate for Massachusetts and look to work with anybody who can help us move our state forward. That's what I would do.
Oh, you mentioned, as we were just talking a few seconds ago, one of the things is housing. Sky-high housing prices
Yeah.
are keeping people.
I don't know which is one. What I liked about his answer just now was, I am a Republican, but I do not. I didn't vote for Donald Trump, and I will go issue by issue on what I support and what I don't. I like that because you just because you are, like I was saying last week, just because you are a Republican doesn't mean that you support and follow everything that Donald Trump does. And I think that you can be a Republican and say I am a Republican. Anna on The View is a Republican.
Yep,
But
she is.
and say I'm against this and I'm against that. I like that. That was a good answer.
What my only thing with that is like I'm trying to figure out which ones he likes and which one he wouldn't like. You know, like in that situation, if it was a regular Republican president, that would hit differently. But in Donald Trump's administration, I'm like, what are the types of things that you could stand by that he has issued that we would that we can actually respect, you know? So that's I'm with you on that. Like, I think that they should be issue by issue. However, I don't think that this administration has any redeeming qualities, you know? Like, we want to take fluoride out of the water. Wait a minute. Hold on.
No, the fluoride should come out the water.
But there is a big controversy around that. They said if the fluoride come out the water, all of our teeth are pretty much going to crumble.
That's not true.
Tell me how that works.
So first of all, fluoride. So you know me, I do some dive into some of the thing.
I want to know about it.
Fluoride is basically it's basically toxic. It's basically toxic, and they just
when you have too much of it.
I mean, we brush our teeth and bathe with it
right,
every
but
day.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In moderation, it's not bad. But
So according to the definition, fluoride is a natural occurring mineral that helps prevent tooth decay by strengthening tooth enamel and helping to remineralize the teeth. It's often added to drinking water and is found in toothpaste and other dental products. Fluoride works by both strengthening enamel and aiding in the repair of early tooth decay. I'm trying to find prevents benefits. Okay, wait. What's the opposite of benefits? Unfit.
Deficits.
Potential risk. Dental fluorosis. Excessive fluoride exposure, especially during childhood, can lead to dental fluorosis, which can cause mild to severe discoloration and pitting of the teeth. Skeletal fluorosis, long-term exposure to high levels of fluoride, can also affect bone health and lead to skeletal fluorosis, according to scientific reports. Important considerations is crucial to use fluoride products as directed and to be aware of potential risks of excessive fluoride intake, especially in children. Consult with a dentist and healthcare professional to determine the right amount of fluoride for you. So
I think that's what Tristan was saying, the excessive fluoride use.
So what is excessive how do I excessively use fluoride?
You think about it. People make their Kool-Aid with the fluoride water. We bathe with the fluoride water. We brush our teeth with the fluoride water. You clean your food with the fluoride water.
Is that excessive or is that what we need?
You tell me.
I don't know.
Excessive to me
because they say that in places like China and stuff, that's why they don't have no fluoride, and we do know that there is a stereotypical inference that Asians over there don't have the best teeth structure. So I don't know. I don't know enough about this, but I know that is a very big controversy because I think none of the American states except for Florida has gone through with eliminating fluoride completely from the water, and I don't trust nothing that Florida does.
Well, one thing that I can say about Massachusetts water is that
hard water, right? No, we don't have hard water.
I'm not sure.
No, I heard that we have some of the best water.
We do have some of the best water in the country. But I'm pretty sure it still has fluoride.
You know, I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about things like that because I don't know too much about it. I just don't want my teeth to be ruined.
Yeah. Speaking of boiled water and all that, boiled water order issued for multiple Massachusetts towns due to E. coli detection. So the Abington-Rockland Joint Waterworks has issued an immediate boiled water order affecting residents in Abington, Rockland, Pembroke, Hanson, Hingham, and Whitman following the detection of E. coli and total coliform bacteria in routine water testing. According to officials, the contamination was discovered during routine sampling conducted on May 12th of 2025, where total coliform bacteria were found in 2 samples. Follow-up testing on May 14th confirmed the presence of both total coliform and E. coli bacteria in one of 6 repeat samples, constituting an E. coli MCL violation. So if you live in those areas, again, that's Abington, Rockland, Pembroke, Hanson, Hingham, and Whitman, you got to boil your waters.
Because that's a bill. So they have too much fluoride?
They've got E. coli. in
Oh, they got
California.
doo-doo in their water.
Yeah, pretty much.
They got a poop in there.
Yep. All tap water must be boiled for at least 1 full minute before use. Bottled water can be used as an alternative. All ice, beverages, formula, and uncooked food made with tap water on or before May 14th should be discarded.
And we just spoke about us having good water.
What's his name? Kobe?
Colby?
What's your friend's name? Kobe.
Yeah.
Call Kobe. Make sure you tell him.
Okay.
The utility says treat
Hold on, let me play it back from the top.
Joint Waterworks is lifting its boiled water order. The utility says
they lifted
treated
it.
and distributed samples collected Friday and Saturday did not contain bacteria.
Oh, safe
Last
now,
week, E. coli was detected in routine water tests. Customers are encouraged to flush their plumbing, discard any ice, and replace any water filters you recently used.
Okay, it's lifted. All right.
No, because I was about to say, you guys better fix it.
Yeah, that's gross. Imagine having doo-doo water to brush your teeth.
Doo-doo water, doo-doo teeth.
You know, there's a lot of people though who do not. I've seen people use bottled water to brush their teeth and to make ice and things like that, and that's always just been weird to me. But I mean, I guess that makes sense.
I mean, I feel like
Yeah,
that's
purified.
excessive waste.
Yeah.
Instead of just buying a purifier or something like that, you're using bottled water. First of all, bottled waters is expensive.
Remember, Calvin used to do that in New York.
So weirdo. Calvin also did not have a microwave.
That's true. That's true.
Can't even heat up your little roti, goddammit.
That's true. We had to pop that in the oven.
Toaster oven. We got a crispy little roti. I miss him.
Back to New York,
Where's he at now?
North Carolina.
Oh, we
gotta
should
call
visit him.
Yeah. We sound like them twins.
Oh, finishing. That's funny.
Suspect in Boston road rage incident assaulted the driver, vandalized the car with a hatchet.
Oh,
I
father.
saw this video. This was crazy.
You pull that up. Police are searching for a suspect in an apparent aggravated assault road rage incident in Boston on Friday night. The incident happened just before midnight near 1032 Comma Ave in Brighton. Let's go to the
Hold on, not ready.
Oh,
So-
sorry. Ooh, I wasn't even in here. Am I on? Am I on?
Where do people buy a hatchet from?
Do you get
Yeah,
a
like where
hatchet?
do you purchase that? From a hardware store?
Or a camping store? I would think like something
Like
like,
a
a
Big
REI or a
What the hell is a REI?
I don't know, Eastern Mountain Sports. You could probably get it at Dick's.
Random segue. When you're going to Walmart in Quincy, there's an H Mart. Do you know what an H Mart is?
Yeah, it's a Japanese market, right?
Asian food, Asian grocery store.
Yeah.
Because every time I go there, I'm like, what the hell is an H Mart and why would they have it next to Walmart?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. And then I had to look it up the other day and I was like, oh, that's a nice
Yeah,
one.
H Marts are the new thing. The parking lot that we park in when we go to Quincy.
Yeah.
Is the H Mart parking lot.
What? What do you mean
Lies.
when
When
we
we
go to
go to
Quincy?
Cambridge, and we park in the back there.
Yeah.
When we go into Stage Light.
Yes.
That's a H Mart.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, I got the video here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I saw this. This was absolutely nuts.
I want to see that.
All right, here we
Me
go.
too. Me too.
Need your help looking for a person involved in an apparent road rage incident. Video shows part of this incident. This happened on Friday night along Comm Ave in Brighton. You can see that man right there smashing the front windshield in. Police say this happened after the suspect chased the car down in his pickup truck, causing it to crash. They say the man then assaulted that person, then used a hatchet to break the windows and then ran off. If you recognize the person in this video right now, you are urged to give Boston police a call.
What the hell is that?
Let me see it again.
Why you do that for?
Oh, it's
all
right
right,
there.
got it.
I'm watching it on the. I mean, was an ex-girlfriend? Was he
No, it was a
angry?
It was a
road
random
rage.
car, and he
Yeah.
chased them down in his pickup truck, and then did that. So the person was in the car while he was.
That's
doing
what I'm
that?
wondering. Like, it doesn't
He
look like
said-
anybody was in the car.
They said that they ran the person off the road that got into an accident, and then he just started doing that. So I guess the person got out the car and ran away, and then he started doing that to the car.
Boy, you never know who's outside.
Oh, the victim flees. So it said he vandalized the victim's vehicle after they fled, breaking the windows in the windshield. Wow,
That's crazy. Like what? I can't even say what did they do. That has to stem from more. That person was having
He's
an
having
awful
a bad day.
An awful day, and that was probably the very last straw, and he couldn't keep it together, and he went ham because there's not enough road. You can't do too much to me on the road for make me want to crash out like that. Literally, like you're doing a lot.
Snyder says maybe it was a rogue ICE agent.
Wow.
And speaking about ICE agents, they were getting on crazy this weekend.
Were they? Yeah. Were they? You know, so crazy. I think the thought was on everybody's mind yesterday during.
So I heard that somebody did that. When they got to the Haitian people, when they got to the park, they said that somebody screamed out ICE, and everybody went running.
No, that's so crazy. I heard so many ICE statements out there on the road, and it was just like, this is crazy.
It's so nasty
that we are living like this. It's
disgusting when Haitians can't come out, like the most prideful, the revolutionaries, the ones who fought back. Half can't even celebrate their parade with the with the looming ice around them. We sat and had a little jokes, but it wasn't jokes. Like it was like reality jokes. I don't think that they coming after Haitians in this round. Right now they are tallying up and rallying up the Latinx demographic, and then I think that
one Haitian,
and we figured out because he was a deviant. But like I don't know. I'm nervous because is the white immigrants nervous?
No. How they gonna know? They don't.
Like is the Irish and them and those type of people. I want to get into the other side of Boston so I can hear what their news is. What's the Latinx publications?
Menudo.
Let me tell you why I asked that, because in my car for the last 3 days it has not switched from the Latinx channel. I know we got a radio station here.
We do,
but I've been
the one that we were talking
they
about.
do a lot of Bad Bunny. I love me some Bad Bunny.
I like that our conversations are going the way that they are, because then I can go right into the next because it's
nice segue.
Yeah. So yesterday again was the Haitian American Unity Parade, and it danced through Boston yesterday. Boston Haitian community joyfully stomped, danced, and marched their way down Blue Hill Ave for the 23rd annual Haitian American Unity Parade on Sunday. We turned out as loud and proud as ever, said Rochelle, a first-generation Haitian American wearing a Haitian Queen shirt and watching a massive crowd dance around a DJ as they march past. No one scares us off. It's a great community. Somebody screamed ICRN. The annual Haitian American Unity Parade, which marks the anniversary of the creation of the flag during the country's revolution, kicked off at 1 p.m. at Mattapan Square on Sunday. The parade moved down Blue Hill Ave and finished off at Harambe Park in Mattapan. The atmosphere was warm and joyful Sunday despite cloudy skies and brisk breeze. Loud music came from drummers, bands, and DJs marching through, as well as speakers posted up at a business along the route. Baton twirlers and brightly dressed dancers were joined by parade goers quickly to join the rhythm, decked out in the country's signature red, blue, and white colors. And shout out to our good friend Shay, who was out there looking like a little Haitian queen and doing her little dance. Marches included all faces of the community, from sports teams to the Mattahunt school children to local nonprofits like the IFC USA Immigrant Family Services. I grew up here. I went to church just right here, said Remy St. Hill, pointing at a church down Blue Hill Ave. Then further down, I went to middle school right here, and the majority of my friends were first-generation Americans, whether it be Haitian, Jamaican, Trinidad. We were all first generation, so you're just part of the culture of Mattapan and having the West Indian culture within this community. So it was a very, very nice turnout yesterday. There were a lot of people out there. I actually have a picture. I took a panoramic picture from my house at across the park. And
okay,
there was
panoramic picture.
Well, my panoramic picture is cool too. You just,
I hear you.
And so it was a nice day yesterday for that. And you know what? They cleared out very nicely. Mm-hmm. I was able to take a nap.
I was about to ask you, like, what was their clearing out system?
I was able to take a nap when I woke up at 7:00. It was clear. There was a few remnants, but they weren't loud. The music was good. I was very happy. I was very happy. Them Haitians can have a parade by my house all the time, every year. They could have it.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like Larry Jordan did his Rasshole opinion this morning, and he was just giving them a lot of props for, unifying and come together. And that is something that we've been able to see across the culture.
Yeah.
Is the Haitians really just, I don't say in the Haitians like, they are the Haitians, but Haitian people really do, come together for the greater good of their culture.
Yeah.
And it's very, very good to see.
Yeah.
They did have a little faux pas yesterday where their biggest truck, I know a lot of people were wondering what happened to that. Their biggest truck, their last truck, got taken off the road right after Morton Street due to, I guess, a couple of different things that I overheard, but they were not confirmed. So I would not repeat them here.
Yeah.
But,
But even in that situation, it was Haitian people that were like, something, let's see what's going on here. Maybe we should,
what do you say?
Take care of this. Maybe we should not have this truck go up if this kind of behavior is going to be encouraged right here from what we heard.
Yeah.
And so they were removed off the road, and whatever, things went on. Everybody still had a good time. They just migrated up to another group. Them little Haitian handbands be getting it. And so
that, we talked about that too. Like, I do understand the evolution of wanting your thing to grow bigger. But sometimes what happens when these very big entities are around, like a larger truck, they cause a little bit something different to occur. Like, it turns into something different, because the whole parade was pretty, pretty casual. Everybody's behind their truck and whatever. And then everybody was waiting for the bigger truck so they can kind of get a little jam session before they went down. But sometimes that amount of people around your truck doesn't always bring the most positive light to your truck. So I'm pretty sure that they're gonna figure it out for next year, and they're gonna come back stronger. So shout out to them and dope vibes.
Yeah, dope vibes. Dorchester party ends with 5 arrested and 3 loaded guns seized. Boston police report arresting 3 men they say showed up to a party on Harlow Street.
Oh, that's street sound. That's my street, everyone. That's my street. That's where I live. I wasn't an eyewitness in these news reports. However, I eyewitnessed everything. All right.
Boston police. They said they showed up to the party on Harlow Street in Dorchester with loaded guns.
First of all, they keep calling it a party. I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah. Loaded guns, and 2 other people, they say, attacked officers trying to break up the outdoor blowout around 2:30 in the morning.
She's correct. It was 2:30 in the morning. It was 2:30.
Upon arrival, officers encountered a crowd of more than 50 individuals congregated outside the residence. As officers approached, they observed 2 males, later identified as 22-year-old Kevin DeVega and 19-year-old Xavier Figueroa, both of Dorchester, exhibiting behaviors consistent with individuals possibly armed with firearms. Simultaneously, a third male, 28-year-old Aldio Barboza of Dorchester, was seen running across the street while clutching his waistband. He entered the residence at 12 Harlow Street, slamming the door behind him. Moments later, Barboza was seen briefly entering the backyard before returning inside. While officers secured the perimeter, others attempted to speak with DeVega.
I'm sorry. From what you just read, bro ran across the field.
I got to shake it.
Was the police already there when he ran across the field?
Yes.
And then right back in the house?
He went in the front door and came out the back door.
Was he stealth?
Was he that fast?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the police is watching you. Why do you think
it was
that they're
during
not
the
gonna
fracas?
see? Oh, during the melee.
While officers secured the perimeter, others attempted to speak with DeVega, who began walking away while shielding his waistband from view. Officers observed what appeared to be a firearm tucked in his pants, and as they moved in to detain him, DeVega became combative, actively resisting arrest while officers struggled to secure the weapon that he had on his body while he was fighting them. As the confrontation escalated, members of the surrounding crowd began to encircle the officers and physically interfere with the arrest. Officers issued a distress call, prompting an emergency response from additional units assigned to districts B3 and C11.
Hold on. When they said they prompted the call, they prompted they put an APB out on all the available fire.
Yes.
I mean, everything. There was maybe 22 cop cars.
Yes.
I'm not exaggerating by any
I
means.
have eyewitness video.
And yes, she do.
From the eye.
From the eye.
Her vid.
From my eyes.
From her eye video.
Because my place sits on the perch because I am Rapunzel.
Rapunzel.
So I can see the land. I know what the hell is going on.
I don't know who I thought.
I don't say nothing to nobody though, because I'm like Tory Lanez. I ain't no snitch.
Ultimately, somebody had already snitched, and you was just reporting on the snitching. This is what happened.
Oh, damn.
Ultimately, officers were able to subdue DeVega and recover a loaded firearm from his waistband. During the same disturbance, 31-year-old. It's Aledia. Oh, it is Aledia.
Is it spelled the same way?
No, it's spelled different. So it is. So we had it right.
All right.
Aledia Barbosa of Dorchester, separate from Aledio Barbosa, assaulted multiple officers and was taken into custody. Charged with gun offenses, police say DeVega, unlawful possession of a firearm, unlawful possession of a loaded firearm, possession of a large capacity firearm, unlawful possession of ammunition, and resisting arrest.
Goddamn.
Figueroa was charged with unlawful possession of a firearm, unlawful possession of a loaded firearm, possession of a large capacity firearm, possession of a machine gun.
What? Wow.
And unlawful possession of ammunition.
That's 5 charges.
Yes. Alidio Barbosa, was charged with unlawful possession of a firearm, second offense, unlawful possession of a loaded firearm, possession of a large capacity firearm, and unlawful possession of ammunition.
He didn't have a machine gun.
But he did not have the machine gun.
Okay.
Also charged, Isaiah Rodriguez, assault and battery on a police officer. Alidia Barbosa was charged with assault with a dangerous weapon, assault and battery on a police officer, and disorderly conduct and assault.
Goddamn, Alidia.
She
That's
tough.
why I ain't never had no beef with any of them girls.
No, look, Alidia is my friend. Seized police. What happened to the other little cute?
She don't play around there. She's got a family. She's gone.
Oh,
yeah.
Where's she?
Somewhere else.
She
comes. She's still small and adorable.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh. Seized police say they got a black Glock 21/45 caliber loaded with 1 round in the chamber and 26 rounds in the magazine. They got that from DeVega. A tan Glock 19 9mm loaded with 1 round in the chamber and 25 rounds in the magazine. That was recovered from Barbosa. A white Glock 23/40 caliber equipped with a firearm conversion device switch loaded with 1 round in the chamber and 23 loose rounds scattered nearby. That was recovered from Figueroa. So that's the machine gun. That's what happened.
How old is Figueroa?
Wow.
He's 19.
I was talking to his mom this morning. She's a mess right now because they've been in there since Friday. Yeah. And she hasn't been able to talk to him. But, he's a baby. He's the baby of the bunch. We watched that boy grow up
and
from
he looks
a small
like a baby.
child. Yeah, he does. The thing is about that one, he doesn't even say words. I never heard
That's
the boy
the silent
speak.
one, right?
Yes, he don't even talk. He doesn't even talk. So we'll keep monitoring and updating you guys on that. But, if you guys have young children and they're gathered, the summertime is a very influential and impressionable time for young people, especially just getting into adult life and starting to hang around with their friends and getting more freedom. You just got to ring in your children. Right now in this administration, you don't want nothing, nothing at all to interfere with your children's livelihood. So just kind of hold on to them a little bit tighter. Even the old ones. Take them to their appointments, pick them up and drop them off. Like I saw my other 2 neighbors for the first time walk down to the bus stop and I was like, my God, where's your mom? I've never seen them outside of a vehicle.
The 2 boys?
Yeah. I said, where are they? Hello? Come back. You need a ride? I'll give you a ride.
I've never seen them boys outside of that yard.
Absolutely not. And that's what you got to do with your kids. They're old now too, or getting older. Keep them in the backyard. They can ride their scooter in the back. God damn it.
Speaking of riding their scooters, police seize 8 scooters, arrest one of their drivers in the Back Bay crackdown. I wonder if they found those robbers yet.
I really hope that the police keep on seizing the scooters. I think that should be an effort that the police make this summer to take as many dirt bikes and these loud machines off the road as possible. Like they got to crack down.
Yeah. Boston police report seizing 8 scooters, 1 stolen along Boylston Street in the Back Bay on Thursday, but say the operators of another 6 scooters managed to scoot away at a high rate of speed. This operation was launched in response to the community concerns about unsafe moped and scooter operation along Boylston Street and throughout the Back Bay. You see them Boylston Street and Back Bay people don't play?
They do not.
They like, we don't want that around here.
And good, because it's annoying with all of them stupid backpacks with the little green man on it talking about like fast fast track.
Who do they deliver for?
I don't know, but where do you get one of those backpacks? Because I want one.
Amazon. Police say 7 of the 8 scooters drivers that they did catch received summonses for various motor vehicle offenses. The 8th driver, a 20-year-old Mattapan man, was arrested on charges of receiving stolen property and reckless driving after police determined he was on a stolen scooter. Police add that they then returned the scooter to its owner. Very nice. So that's going to be happening more. You guys got to watch out. Work smart. Not hard. It's crazy.
Don't be crazy.
Park 54. Park 54 has come under a lot of foolishness lately.
Yeah.
There was the $50 fake $50 counterfeits,
Yep.
and now it looks like they've been hit again with attention local businesses. We want to alert our fellow establishments. Counterfeit $20 bills are currently in circulation in the area. We encountered fake $20 bills today and want to help others stay vigilant. What to do? Return the bills, get another form of payment, note the customer's details if it's safe to do so, and report it back to Boston Police or the U.S. Secret Service.
I'm supposed to report it to them.
I know. So they say, so apparently a group came in. They said not only did they pay with fake $20 bills, but they posted us on their IG. Our camera footage shows them pulling out.
Oh, let's go to the video.
Yeah, they were pulling. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, he's got it. So go ahead.
They were pulling out nips out of their bags and pouring it into their water glasses. The sad thing is they split the bill and they all had fake bills and their faces are being shown and everything. That's ridiculous. You guys, this is so ridiculous.
It's
Boston
so poor.
is this big. Why are you doing that?
And I also don't want with all the viral videos that are going around in Boston and stuff. This is not how I want to go out. You know, like I don't want to go to a store or a restaurant and then they got me on camera plotting against them with counterfeit bills.
Yeah, they said our server said that they asked if they could remove the taxes from their receipt. Then they said to split the bill in two. This security video shows the 2 men with the cash in hand while looking at the receipts, trying to figure out how much of a tip to give. And then the hashtag scammers. And then the last thing says, running a Black-owned business in Boston isn't just about serving great food and building community. Oh, frick, it went away. Food and building great community. It's also about, okay, let me pause it. It's also about pushing through real struggles that many don't see. Lately, we've been dealing with scammers who show up, order whole snappers, Delmonicos, the works, then turn around.
Delmonico?
It's a drink, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, and turn around and claim the food wasn't good just to avoid paying. Some are even bringing counterfeit bills into our restaurant. We work hard trying to serve our people and create a space that we can be proud of, and yet we're being taken advantage of by some of the very people we aim to uplift. This isn't about the money. It's about the disrespect, the loss.
It's about the money too. Stop saying it's not the money. It's about the money too. Because when people do that, then you get a charge back. You don't make your money. Businesses got to stop saying it's about the money. It is about the money, and also,
the disrespect, the loss, and the emotional toll it takes on small business owners who are already facing enough hurdles. To our community, we need your support, not just with your dollars, but with your integrity. Respect our hustle, value our space, help us protect what we've built. And that is from Park 54 restaurant. That's awful. And I hope that they catch these people. They have clearer pictures of them on this thing, and somebody knows them here, and that's just really awful. So,
terrible.
Yeah. Berated, spat on, and even stabbed. Can a new bill stop assaults on bus and train drivers?
Good to this. Well, I've put this one in here because that was very interesting.
Yeah.
I want to know what the new build is because I think that's a very dangerous job. I feel like it's in the same field as like delivery drivers and stuff. Always being in close proximity to people you have no idea who they are every day.
They put a little plexiglass door or something there to like encase them in.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not breathable for them or something like that, but I think that they need to do something like that. MBTA bus driver Patty Hardy wasn't sure why the passenger was threatening to kill her. Sitting in the driver's seat as she steered a bus up the 22 route through Boston's Dorchester and Roxbury neighborhoods, Hardy was doing her job, yet here was an unruly passenger who told her she was in the wrong and pledged to shoot her. And it wasn't the first time. Increasingly, bus and train operators, customer service agents, and other transit staff are being verbally abused, doused with coffee or other fluids, and threatened with more serious violence, most often because passengers were frustrated over fare collection, said Bill Berardino, vice president of the Boston's Carmen's Union, a labor group representing MBTA workers. Hardy said she has seen the full range from a passenger who spat in her face to another who pulled a knife and threatened to stab her. That day, she asked herself, is this how I'm going to die? The widowed mother of 2 testified to a state legislative committee last week. What's going to happen to my children? The legislature is weighing a proposed bill to crack down on verbal and physical assaults on public transportation workers and expand the definition of assault to include the discharge of fluids or bodily substances covering saliva, urine, and more.
What is that?
People be throwing poop and pee and spitting on them and all kinds of stuff.
No. What? What?
There ain't no amount of money.
No, ma'am.
That could let me to be in a thing that subjects me, unless I was a scientist or something like that. That's the only way I'm going to be willingly exposed to poop and pee and stuff.
Or you was the baby care,
work in the lab or something. But
like
nah.
You're lucky we don't live in New York City.
Boy, I tell you.
It would also extend protections to employees of private transit companies such as Peter Pan and Keolis, which operates MBTA commuter rail services. A similar bill failed last year, passing the State House of Representatives before running out of steam and time in the Senate. Bernardino said he hoped it will have a better shot in this legislative session. Assaults and batteries on MBTA staff numbered more than 600 last year. Roughly 3/4 were verbal assaults. Another 72 were physical attacks. 33 were assaults with weapons, and 38 were assaults with bodily fluid or a beverage.
No, sir.
These incidents happen every day, and that's not a way to live. The figures are likely a severe undercount, Bernardo said, since more incidents of verbal abuse or spitting often go unreported. He was driven to pass the bill after the stabbing of another union member, York McConan, while she drove an MBTA bus in Lynn. Testifying along with Hardy on May 6, McConan described to state lawmakers how she heard a commotion from the back of her bus late one night. As she pulled the bus to the side of the road and opened the doors, fearing for her passenger's safety, a man rushed to the front and thrust his knife into her neck and back. A fellow passenger stepped between them, threw the assailant to the floor, and wrestled the knife away before other passengers subdued the man. The bill has the backing of the MBTA and Keolis. Abdullah Chachai, Keolis' CEO and general manager, told the state lawmakers that his employees should enjoy the same protections as standard public transit workers while the private company is operating a public service. Imagine that.
Listen, honey.
Imagine that.
No,
in your
can't
neck
do
and
it.
your back.
Can't do it. I won't do it, and I cannot do it. No.
That's awful. That is awful. I'm glad that person survived that attack, because that is awful. Update on Karen Reed. The judge has blocked Sandra Birchmore's mentions, and experts say cases should be wake-up call for police. Said the case. I don't know. Who's Sandra Birchmore?
I don't know. I had put it. Is there Reed? I don't know which person she is in the O'Keefe trial.
Okay. So I can't read it because
What is it?
I don't know. It's not letting me read it.
There is another article too that I wanted to put in there, but I don't have the Globe's, the Herald's. I'm not a subscriber.
Yeah, that's what this is.
And there was one. Our good guy Flynn.
Mm-hmm.
He is calling for the resignation of Shagun. Yeah.
Why?
He's saying that he's calling for the immediate. Let me see if I could find it again. For the immediate resignation.
Okay, while you look for that, I'll go on to the next story.
Yes,
but definitely
go ahead.
find that. Immigrant released on bond in Massachusetts a month after ICE broke his car window with the hammer. Remember that guy was sitting in the car with his family?
Yep.
He has been released. So in Boston, a man living in Massachusetts who U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents detained in April after smashing his car window with a hammer has been released, his lawyer said on Friday. Juan Francisco Mendez was released Thursday on a $1,500 bond after a month of being held at Strafford County Corrections in Dover, New Hampshire. He will also be required to wear a GPS ankle monitor while the U.S. government continues to pursue his deportation, said one of Mendez's attorneys. Mendez, 29, was taken into custody by agents on April 14th in New Bedford, Massachusetts, as he drove to a dental appointment. The agents claim they were looking for another man with a different name who lived in the same neighborhood before they dragged him and his wife out the car. They were looking for another man with a different name.
And they were able to
grabbed him, detained him, let him out on bond, and an ankle monitor, and they're still trying to deport him. The lawyers for Mendez, who is from Guatemala, said he was detained while in the process of applying for asylum status, something he is still pursuing. Mendez started the proceedings to gain asylum status last October, according to his attorneys. He has no criminal record, and the government held him for weeks without initiating deportation proceedings against him, leading to his case being dismissed by an immigration judge on May 8th. After that hearing, the U.S. government charged Mendez with being in the country illegally before a judge ordered his release on a minimum bond on Thursday. They decided he was brown, so they stopped him, and because he couldn't prove he had status, they detained him. The incident, recorded on video by Mendez's wife, Mary Lou, shows ICE agents using a hammer to smash the car window and then seize Ortiz. Ortiz and her 9-year-old son have already been given protection under an asylum status over fears of facing persecution if they return home to Guatemala. Mendez was in the process of applying for what is called derivative asylum, where you can get asylum if a family member already has it. So they released him, but they're still pursuing his deportation.
Well, of course they are, because they don't like to be proven wrong. So now they're going to make up stuff to now deport this man who was not on your radar at all. And I think that's crazy.
Yeah. Did you find the article?
Yes, I did. And I can open it too. So, Councillor Flynn calls for economic opportunity and inclusion chief's resignation. City Councillor Ed Flynn issued a call for the resignation of Boston's chief of economic opportunity and inclusion, Shagun Idowu, and is seeking an outside investigation of several city departments. He made the call Sunday in a statement shared on social media. The chief of Boston's economic opportunity and inclusion failed to provide positive and ethical leadership to its employees, businesses, and Boston residents. Ethical leadership can't be an afterthought in city government. I'm calling for his immediate resignation or termination. The city councilor also called for an outside investigation into the hiring process, workplace culture, and environment. In several city departments, including the Office of Police Accountability and Transparency, Office of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion, and Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. The mayor's office did not respond to a request for comment Sunday evening. Flynn did not specify the reason for the call for Idowu's termination Sunday, but his statement follows a police report last week alleging 2 city employees, one working as a neighborhood business manager for the Office of Economic Inclusion, and the second a chief of staff for the Office of Police Accountability and Transparency. Both city employees, we know that they got in trouble for biting on each other and knocking each other out and name dropping when they shouldn't have been. Idowu was not named in the police report. The Herald also reached to Idowu for comment and did not immediately receive a response. And I wouldn't give them a response either, because why are you calling for my resignation? There's not even, what did I do?
You got to get them out of here.
2 of my employees.
This still your friend?
That's what I'm saying. 2 of their employees had a little scuffle with each other, and you want me to resign because I didn't impress? There was 2 of them. It was 2. What am I supposed to do?
What did he say? The chief of, I have to try to copy this because it keeps on flashing. He said, his statement said what? Let me see. This computer drives me crazy.
Whose statement?
Ed Flynn, the chief of Boston's Economic Opportunity and Inclusion, failed to provide positive and ethical leadership to its employees, businesses, and Boston residents. Ethical leadership can't be an afterthought in city government. So he said that he failed to provide positive and ethical leadership to his employees.
That sounds like exactly what Malika said. He's just mad because there's too many people of color.
You know, and I don't really like to talk bad about my bestie Ed Flynn, because we all know he holds dear and he ain't never done nothing for me. But I just Erin Murphy.
We got to get them out of here.
I like both.
We've had them both on here.
We've had them both, and they've been, you know, pretty decent. But it's been.
I don't want to say they're decent.
Okay, right here.
They're not decent. They're very
right here.
not nice
Let
people.
me tell you something. You know, they're not my favorite people.
Yeah.
And they're not my favorite people because of all the crap that they do.
Yeah.
If Erin Murphy gets on with this, she's gonna be officially be on my shit list.
Yeah.
Because I'm not feeling.
Of course, she's gonna come on that.
Right, and I really hope that she decides this is something that I'm not gonna.
But I don't think she can. I don't think that she could contain herself enough to not get on this.
Right.
It just seemed like, you know what? I'm gonna. Yes, they need to resign.
So
immediately.
I feel like, they're the last of the Mohicans when it comes to politics in Boston. They're the last. They're the last Irish, and they're the last Italian in that's working politics in Boston. Once we get them out of here, everything is good. But while they're there, they're trying to make that look like them so much. Like, they're trying to make everything go back to how it was. Old Boston.
Make America great again?
Of Italian and Irish.
Make
and get
Boston
all the black
what it was.
folks out of it.
Make Boston great again. You know what? But they have to be there because there ain't a lot of them.
Because they have to represent for where they represent at. And we don't have, like, just like how we don't have any white people down here vying for District 7 seat, I don't think we have anybody of color like, oh, I can take Aaron or Ed's job.
Yeah.
And then with Ed coming with such a heavy name behind him, I think that he's looked at for those conservative Bostonians that we still have enough of. I feel like that's
the one from Marky Mark's Boston.
Yeah. From South, the South Boston.
Boston.
From
Boston.
Those Boston residents.
Yeah.
They are the representatives for them. And I think that that's why they're going to have longevity in these careers, because white people got to step up.
But how old is he? He ain't died yet.
His father's still alive, right?
I believe so. Yes. Yeah. No.
Who's his father? Ray Flynn.
Yep.
Ray Flynn is still alive. Mayor Ray Flynn.
Yeah.
He's still alive, right? Okay. So so Ed, they live long.
77.
Who?
Ed Flynn.
Ed Flynn he's 77.
He's 77.
Oh, and his father's 85. He had him at 11. Wait a second. That can't be right. That can't be right, Triz. The father's 85, so Ed Flynn can't be 77.
What's his birthday?
Flynn's father was Mayor Boston.
What's his
birthday?
Ray Flynn was born in 1939.
And the son was born in 1948. So yeah, I mean,
that's 11. 7 years old. What are you saying?
1948. He was a teenager.
What?
He was a teen dad.
You said his father was born when?
His father was born in 1939.
Oh wow.
July 22nd of 1939.
But let's just leave
Am I doing the math wrong?
Let's leave that one right there.
Irish twins.
You can't be Irish twins. Why Angela tell somebody, well, your wife who's your sister?
Because them racists always want to not remember that they inbreed. So I don't know why they always saying stuff about anything. That's why shut up, Danielle.
No.
So his father's 86.
Yeah, and you said he's 77. That's a 9-year difference.
What the hell?
Somebody lying. I call for the immediate resignation.
I call for the immediate resignation.
Right.
Due to not good leadership when it comes to birthright numbers and years.
Yes. Are they even American?
Thank you for letting us know you're having a good day, Fresh Jan. What's wrong? What is wrong with you? And I'm not saying anything. Nobody asked you to.
He's on his best behavior today. Thank you, Fresh Jan.
He's not going to be. When somebody starts out their life like, I'm going to be on my best behavior, that means they're acting up.
They're about to act a fool. I don't know, but while we take a commercial break, I'm going to figure out what happened here, because that's crazy. Anyhow, Saucy and Friends, we're going to take quick pause for the cause. Be right back. Saucy and Friends, Spark FM Online.
Good morning. You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark. Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibes. My name is Gary Banton, alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the #1 place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. It's the Avenue.
Gourmet Creole is bringing vibrant Haitian flavors to Mattapan. Join their grand opening May 24th at 1210 Blue Hill Avenue. This woman-owned restaurant serves specials like plantain sandwiches, chicken in Creole sauce, and a fried pork so tender it will melt in your mouth. Discover delicious, affordable dishes that bring Haiti's rich traditions to life. with vegan, vegetarian, and halal options available. Now available on Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Check out the menu at Gourmet Creole.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Looking for a meaningful way to engage with your community and make a difference? Volunteer with the Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program and help prevent Medicare fraud. Visit masmp.org. This project is supported by a grant from the U.S. Administration for Community Living.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com.
Turn us up.
Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Spark FM Online, we are back, and I think it is official. You know, Ray had Ed at 9 years old, and that is where we're at. And this is the reason why they are the way they are, because he was a baby raising a baby.
Yeah.
You know, imagine a 9-year-old being a father.
Do you even got enough jizz to make a baby?
Do you even make jizz at that age?
Right.
I don't think you make it at that age. I don't think you can make it. What
But
man?
he had to make
What
something.
age?
He had to make something because he's here.
Right. That's
crazy.
And I mean, like, I'm looking, and that's what everything
And who
is
the
saying.
mama is?
She was 9.
She was 6. 5 or something. I don't know, y'all.
That's crazy.
Wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna get into our national news today. Now
we're gonna get into our national news, and we're gonna start with this one right here because we're gonna start with a little foolishness. Donald Trump demands investigation into Kamala Harris's campaign performers corrupt and unlawful.
Why? Why do you care?
He says, how much did Kamala Harris pay Bruce Springsteen for his poor performance during her campaign for president? Why did he accept that money if he's such a fan of hers? Isn't that a major and illegal campaign contribution? What about Beyonce? And how much went to Oprah and Bono? I am going to call for a major investigation into this matter. Candidates aren't allowed to pay for endorsements, which is what Kamala did under the guise of paying for entertainment. In addition, this was a very expensive and desperate effort to artificially build up her sparse crowd. It's not legal for those unpatriotic entertainers. This was just a corrupt and unlawful way to capitalize on a broken system. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Dance party with Beyonce. Didn't Elon Musk pay for your whole ass?
I just was waiting for anybody somewhere to say anything. Elon Musk was paying people to go vote.
$1 million.
$1 million to go vote.
Well, also, why do you care?
You are the president.
You are the president.
You're going after the entertainers of the campaign who endorsed them, and you won.
And this is who some American people voted for. This cuckold. I don't even know what to call him. What is cuckold? I don't even know.
He's in the middle of accepting a $4 million jet from somebody else, and then keeping it, $400 million, and then keeping it when he's no longer the president. It's not like they're donating it to the White House. They're donating it to Donald Trump,
to him,
so that he can keep it after he is no longer president.
He's gonna be dead by then.
This is what he's choosing.
Is he, Trish?
He's gonna be dead.
I don't know. I feel like he's one of those.
The Antichrist don't die.
Yeah, like I just finished watching Sinners. He's like a vampire.
He is.
He's a vampire.
He is.
He's
What
a
that
vampire.
movie was made. That movie is talking about now.
Yes.
It was set back then, but it is talking about what is going on
right now.
To now.
Yep.
Okay. Child,
boy, I tell you. Boy, I
Morning,
tell
Cool
you.
Joe.
Hi, Cool Joe. Oh, well, let's keep it going because, boy, I just happened to turn on my computer and saw that one, and I said, oh, let's start with the foolishness. Former President Joe Biden, however, has been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer.
How long did they know this?
That's the big question. Former President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with prostate cancer, his office said on Sunday. The findings came after the 82-year-old reported urinary symptoms, which led doctors to discover a nodule on his prostate. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer on Friday, with the cancer cells having spread to his bone. While this represents a more aggressive form of disease, the cancer appears to be hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management, he told his office. The president and his family are reviewing treatment options with their physicians. Prostate cancers are graded for aggressiveness using what's known as a Gleason score. The scores range from 6 to 10, with 8 and 9 and 10 prostate cancers behaving more aggressively. Biden's office said his score was a 9, suggesting his cancer is amongst the most aggressive. When prostate cancer spreads to other parts of the body, it often spreads to the bones. Metastasizes cancer is much harder to treat than localized. All the tumors and completely root out the disease. Do you want to go to Rachel Scott?
Here we go.
And diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer, which has now spread to his bones. Former President Joe Biden announcing he has been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. In a statement, his office announcing Biden was seen last week for a new finding of a prostate nodule after experiencing increasing urinary symptoms. On Friday, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, which has spread to his bones. The cancer characterized with a Gleason score of 9, which medical experts say indicates the cancer cells are likely to grow and spread rapidly. His office noting while this represents a more aggressive form of the disease, the cancer appears to be hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management. At 82, Biden was the oldest sitting president when he left office in January, dropping out of the 2024 race amid concerns over his age and health. The former president recently appearing on The View.
How are you? How you doing? I'm well. The family's well, thank God. Things are moving along, and we're getting squared away.
Overnight, political leaders sending their well wishes. President Trump, a longtime opponent, saying he was saddened to hear about his diagnosis. Writing, "We extend our warmest and best wishes to Jill and the family, and we wish Joe a fast and successful recovery."
And
Biden's vice president
got the nerve.
calling Biden a fighter. "I know he will face this challenge with the same strength, resilience, and optimism that have always defined his life and leadership." And former President Obama praying for a fast and full recovery for his former number 2, saying nobody has done more to find breakthrough treatments for cancer in all of its forms than Joe, and I am certain he will fight this challenge with his trademark resolve and grace. The former president's cancer diagnosis comes nearly 10 years after his beloved son Beau lost his battle with brain cancer. That loss motivating Biden to establish the Cancer Moonshot Initiative.
We can end cancer as we know it. I committed to this fight when I was vice president. It's one of the reasons why, quite frankly, I ran for president.
And we are told that the former president spent the weekend in Delaware and that both he and his family are now reviewing treatment options with his doctors, George.
Okay, Rich, of course we are.
I mean, can we be realistic about this? He's 82 years old with an aggressive form of cancer.
Yep.
It's all good and well for people to be like, I wish you well and I wish whatever. But those recovery statements, like, that's not, I'm really saddened by this.
I mean, I do wish him recovery, but being realistic.
Like
the what it's going to do to his body, the chemo and everything.
Yeah.
And he already looks feeble and weak.
He's already very frail.
Right.
So, and they said it's already spread to his bones, so it's already started to metastasize, and they're calling it an aggressive form. It's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, this makes me really sad.
Yeah.
But Donald Trump got some nerve. He been talking everything bad about Joe Biden.
But that's
since he's been in office.
I don't think they under the comments they was like he didn't read that.
He
didn't write that because you know that he can't even help himself.
Yeah, right. And I'm glad that that's the statement that was released. I have to say that because I didn't expect that from him. I definitely expected there's going to be some nasty jokes. Coming down the line. But I'm glad that that's the official statement that was released. And so I'm really sad by that. I'm really sad by that.
Yep.
I think that's going to be a great loss.
So
like one of those losses that I'll feel.
With that information came, prompting more conversation about what actually happened
with
in
him
that
dropping
election.
out of the race. Yeah.
If this was something, because the first question you asked was how long did they know that? If they knew that for a long time and allowed him to pose as if he was going to run again without doing an actual primary for that seat, is something, it's something that everybody, I was watching The View the other day, and the white girl, Republican girl, she was just like, we're here now because of Joe Biden. Like Joe Biden, if he had done it the right way, then we wouldn't. And I like how Sonny was like, actually, we're here because Donald Trump lied. That's like, let's just be honest. We can't blame that on Joe Biden. I think that some accountability is definitely due there. And I do think that Kamala was a very, very viable option.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But, these are the things that we gotta think
about. Like now, hindsight is 2020, right? And if you look back and we think about it, like they said, Joe Biden was the oldest president at that time. He was the oldest president coming out of the White House. And I think for me, I always felt like Joe was a little bit too old to go for.
Same.
So it's just, I just really wish that the Democratic Party had done better as a whole. I'm not going to blame it on them like that. But I think
you just said something that made me think about something. What'd you say?
I said he was the oldest president to come out with us.
Yeah. Why
was he the nominee in the first place?
No, but why couldn't? Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is just as old as all of them. Bernie Sanders clearly has more energy than Trump and Biden.
Yeah.
Why was Bernie Sanders too old, but Trump and Biden were okay?
Yeah.
And that, that says a lot too. That the Democratic presidential pick, might have been more conservative than what we were getting from Bernie Sanders. It's very interesting that Bernie Sanders did not make it higher up in the situation than what he did.
As my daddy likes to say, prophecy.
Say that.
Prophecy.
Yep, that's it.
That's
it. So that is what keeping it moving in the news. Let's see what else. Illinois has passed the Sonia Massey bill. Okay. Yeah. So if you remember, Sonia Massey was the lady who was in her kitchen. The police came into her kitchen and shot her to death because she had some water on the stove. Shot her in the face. Yeah. The Illinois House just passed the Sonia Massey bill mandating full background checks before hiring police. Sonia was killed in her kitchen by a Sangamon County Sheriff's deputy with a long history of misconduct. I'm concerned with why we have to pass a bill to not hire people with a history of misconduct in their criminal files.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where I get confused about, the political theater and these types of random bills that come out that don't make sense. Like, again, putting on the coffee, caution, hot, do not place between your legs while you're driving on a bumpy road. Why is it that we have to go into that much detail to be like, you cannot hire somebody who has an aggressive history of shooting people as a policeman? But what do I know? That bill has been passed right now. Let's see how it goes and where it goes from there, and if anybody is actually held accountable for anything at all. Keeping it moving. The Brooklyn Bridge. There was a crash on the Brooklyn Bridge yesterday. It looked like a pirate ship. That's what it looks like. Don't it look like a pirate ship?
It does.
A Mexican Navy training ship crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge in New York on Saturday night. Fox News reports that video circulating on social media. Go ahead. Oh, is this the story?
It looked like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Killing himself and injuring four others.
Himself.
Authorities say 25-year-old Guy Edward Bartkus of 29 Palms carried out that attack. The FBI says he also tried to live stream it as it happened.
Two killed after
Just go all the way to the...
Here we go.
Oh, because I was like...
Global above the dead. Navy tall ship crashed right into the Brooklyn Bridge last night, snapping its masts and killing 2 crew members. At least 19 others were injured, some left dangling high above the deck in safety harnesses. The vessel had just departed a pier on a 15-nation global goodwill tour and was scheduled to head off to Iceland. Tonight, investigators are looking into whether wind, current, and engine issues possibly played a role.
It was kind of sunset time. Everyone was really relaxed, sitting on the bench enjoying it, and all of a sudden it struck it, and you could see the bridge shake a little, and a lot of people immediately started screamed and then ran out from under the bridge, afraid that it was gonna crash.
The 142-year-old bridge did not suffer any major damage. The NTSB is now leading the investigation.
And an investigation is underway following.
Did the boat not?
Go ahead. Ask the question.
Did it not know the height or the knots or whatever it is that you got to know when you I could see that.
So that's what I saw too as I was watching this happen, and I said, okay, when you're going through something and like a bridge, like the Storrowing on Storrow Drive, at what point do you say, is it in your mind I think I can make it? I think we got it. I think we're good. No, we're good. We're good. You think we can make it? No, wait. We're good. Is that what happened? Do we have those types of conversation? Because it seems to me that it was higher than the bridge in the first place before we tried to get under it. That's what that seems. That's what I saw.
Yeah, that's what I see with my eyes.
Me too.
All of them.
And
not only that, but when you're navigating a water vessel, don't you previously know the heights of things? That's a thing that you know in your navigation. This was set to sail around the world.
It was.
And you don't even know how to get out of Brooklyn?
You don't need to get out.
Are they sure that bridge didn't sustain any damage? Because that would be awful for people to go driving on that bridge today.
Say that.
And then there'd be another situation. What all is going on? I don't understand. That's crazy.
Child. Oh no, I don't know.
Final Destination up in this milk.
And did Tristan ever finish watching it?
Tristan out there choking.
Oh.
Is he okay? Do you see him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. He's walking. All right.
Did you quick question, did you ever finish watching what did I say?
Final Destination?
Yes.
No.
You scared?
No, I just keep falling asleep.
It's so funny because yesterday I was driving somewhere and there was a truck with a trolley on the back of it, and it was shaking a lot. And in my head, I was like, I gotta get from in front of this thing and get in front of it because I know, because the new Final Destination is out that I have not watched, but I know that that's in it.
Yeah.
And I know that that's gonna detach, it's gonna swing around, it's gonna take off all of the cars that are behind it. So I gotta get in front of it. So that's what I did.
Child, don't even get me started because there's already a whole movie that is formed in my head about this road trip that we're going on. Whole movie.
Don't go there.
I know. I can't help it. But speaking of the final destination, they say the last scene in the movie is the actor in the movie. It's a black man who ended up. He passed shortly after, and he was already sick. He had cancer when he was making this movie.
Yeah.
And they said that final scene of the movie is totally non-scripted, and it's just him.
In Final Destination?
Yeah, in the movie, speaking like what was from his heart and just kind of like speaking to the audience.
Yeah.
They didn't cut it. They just let him freestyle, and that was like the last film that he made, and then he passed away. Final Destination. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Go.
Next door.
Sorry. The inmates. Oh, yes.
The inmates.
So I kept on seeing this, but never got into it until there were 10 inmates that escaped from a New Orleans jail by ripping a toilet from the wall.
Yeah.
And I think they wrote a note that said too easy or something.
Yeah, they did.
10 inmates pulled a slick escape from New Orleans Parish Jail, leaving the city in shock and fear, while 3 have already been captured. 7 are still on the loose, with officials convinced that the escape was an inside job. Here's all the details we need to know so far. There is a video there, but I don't know if it is. On Friday, May 16th at 8:30 a.m., guards at the Orleans Parish Jail did their morning check and noticed 10 male inmates were missing. The prisoners who had disappeared were Gary Price, Derek Groves, Jermaine Donnell, Corey Boyd, Lloyd Tate, Drake and Dennis, Robert Moody, Lenton Vaberon, Antoine Massey, and Kendall Miles. Let's go straight to this. Oh, is this just the footage, or is this the actual whatchamacallit? Yo, they was out.
Yep.
That looks like more than 10. Can I not count?
Them men's was out. They left here. They was like, nah. What's this picture? Can we see them else somewhere? Can we see them escaping somewhere else? No. According to New Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office, the inmates yanked open a faulty sliding jail cell door at around 12:23 a.m. By 1:03 a.m., they'd managed to remove a toilet and a sink from their placement in front of the wall using tools made from toiletry items. Behind the toilet was a spacious gap through which all 10 men were able to squeeze through as they began running away. Detectives' locks throughout the prison made the men's escape process that much easier, a problem that the facility has dealt with for years. Oh, defective locks, not detective, defectives. Ahead of the escape, the men reportedly removed the toilet positioned by a wall, then allowed the inmates to carefully squeeze through the hole and straight out the prison. From there, the 10 individuals headed straight towards the interstate. According to CBS News, some of the prisoners had left messages behind for the prison guards, joking about their newfound freedom. On one of the messages said, "Too easy, LOL." Now NOLA is on high alert, with many wondering how 10 inmates can not only escape the prison, but also make a mockery of the situation. The sheriff suspects the case to be an inside job, though. Sheriff Susan Hudson shared some words at the press conference on Friday. She said she didn't believe the prisoners got out alone. Hudson felt strongly that the escape was an inside job, expressing there's no way people can get out of this facility without some type of lapse in security. Per USA Today, Hudson suspects that jail staff or maybe a deputy may have been involved, but it's too early to tell that the investigation remains ongoing. These folks that were able to get out did so because of defective locks on the cells, she said. Hudson also stressed how she'd been concerned about the facility's lack of safety for a while. So you've been concerned about the facility's lack of safety for a while, and you didn't make sure that the locks, at least the locks and the doors were secure?
Right.
I'm not blaming her, but I'm just saying if you guys knew that there was a problem the whole time and you never fixed it and 10 inmates got out, you only got 3 of them. The other ones, if they're smart, is halfway to Mexico City.
Shoot. What was I going to say? Yeah, exactly what you said. You were suspected, but how sad is it that you can't trust your administration?
That's terrible.
Or trust the people that you work with, or your deputies and all of this stuff. I still don't. How did they squeeze out? How tight?
It was a pretty good hole.
It looks like they just moved the toilet.
It looks like they just moved the toilet to the side. And why the toilet? Is it walls that thin that you could have a toilet that goes towards the outside and there's not no extra steel barriers or a wall behind the toilets that have a little gated piece? You not only did they get out of their cells, but they got out from their cells straight into the outside with no other barriers.
Yeah.
I thought they used to have police on the sharpshooter in the high tower that every time there was a movement, the alarm would go, and they go pew, pew, like that.
Yeah, watching too much TV.
All right.
Like, what are you? Where did you go? Where did you go?
Listen, if they let me run the world the way that I'm supposed to, I would just do all those random jobs. Like I'd be the watchtower guard.
Yeah, you are fantastic.
I'm a watchtower guy.
Also in Louisiana over the weekend, they said that the oldest plantation in Louisiana burnt to the ground last week, and somebody said our ancestors are finally free. So it was like I just had the story, but I don't know where it went. Oldest plantation burns.
The Nottoway plantation.
Oh, I put that. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So it was what is it? You said
I put that the stories in there.
Nottoway plantation.
It's there.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's the second one right after the one that we just read.
You're right.
Go for
so
that.
Say what? Say massive fire destroys Louisiana's largest remaining plantation house, and there is a video. Something major just went down in Louisiana, and it's got people talking. A well-known landmark steeped in history and controversy has just faced a dramatic turn of events, and here's what we know so far. CBS News reports the main house at the Nottoway Plantation, the largest antebellum mansion still standing in the U.S., has been destroyed by a massive fire that broke out Thursday. The historic estate, located along the Mississippi River in Louisiana, went up in flames shortly after 2 p.m., devastating a landmark deeply rooted in both American history and the legacy of slavery. The fire reportedly started on the second floor of the Nottoway Plantation house, where staff noticed smoke after entering a museum room. They briefly exited and upon returning saw flames had erupted. What the exact cause of the fire is still under investigation. Early signs suggest it may have begun in one of the bedrooms upstairs, and no injuries have been reported. But it definitely burned all the way down to the ground. It's crazy.
Beautiful house too. It was
beautiful.
Nice.
What do you think happened there?
Too bad.
They said it was an electrical fire that happened in the back of the building that started it. They got it down, but then the wind sparked up the embers that allowed it to spread. They used that for a wedding venue, and they talk about slavery there in a very positive way. Let me find the video for you guys because that needs to be played.
Yeah.
I was excited when I started to reading about it. I was like, the memes that came out of that.
Yeah. I didn't even see a lot of it. So it was a monument to Southern grandeur was built on the backs of enslaved black people, has been destroyed by a fire that raged for nearly 40 hours beginning on Thursday. The inferno that gutted the 160-year-old estate turned resort, once the largest antebellum mansion remaining in the South. Staff of the renamed Nottoway Resort noticed smoke in the wing around on the 14th, and the fire quickly spread through the 64-room 53,000 square foot property, including a 3-story rotunda that had been listed at the National Register of Historic Places since 1980. Despite efforts from multiple departments, the structure was completely lost. You have the picture?
They said that was probably one of the most harshest slavery, whatchamacallit,
Yep. It says once a house of horrors. Yeah. The Nottoway Plantation eventually rebranded itself as a museum, only to be repackaged again as a luxury resort. Yep. That was once a site of brutal human trafficking, became the Nottoway Resort, complete with wedding packages, guest suites, and even a tennis court. Plantation tourism disguised as Southern charm.
So I want you guys to hear how they describe this slave house and how they describe how the positives of slavery.
The most in this region. And that's because when he purchased a slave, if the slave had a wife and children, he'd buy the whole family so that they would never be separated.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
And so that was good for them. And then in the village, he built a cottage for each of those families so they didn't have to share with multiple families and squeeze into one space. So that was good too. They could hunt, they could fish, so they could buy for their own food. And they also built a hospital for them, and there was a doctor who would visit every week. And the doctor trained one of the slaves to be a nurse to take care of them. So for the readings that we have, it sounds
Who
like
the hell is that?
fairly well as a slave can be treated.
Okay.
Considering the conditions.
Okay, I mean, all right. All right.
The article that I just put in there has some of the memes and things that came out about it. Somebody said, "Not away not away burning. I have not a care."
They said they have pictures with like where them fans at, and like people just chuckling. There was a lady that went out there with her daughter to watch it burn and take selfies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I thought it, like, after I started to read more about it, I was just like, look at Jesus.
Yeah.
Look at the Lord. They said it's burnt down to the ground. It cannot come back up. And I was just so happy because that was such great symbolism to, what should be happening. If America is leading in this direction where we're, the slaves were allowed to stay with their families. And that's why, he had so many slaves, because he not only purchased the slaves, but he purchased their families too.
They even trained them as a nurse.
They were even trained, and they were able to fish and hunt and provide for themselves.
Yeah.
So after they work in the fields for y'all all goddamn day in the hot sun, and y'all beat their ass all day and all night, you're allowing them to go and now go tend to their families, in which you most likely were raping and killing and enslaving their children.
Generations of human beings were held captive, tortured, raped, mutilated, and worked to death on plantations. Let the sadistic ghouls who want to hold their weddings and parties at Nottoway find another concentration camp for their happy occasion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They were treated good for what the circumstances were.
Can you believe white people?
Boy, I tell you. Oh, traveler at Newark Airport was tested positive for the measles as well.
The measles, they have that?
What else happened in the news? RFK and Kristi Noem sat in front of Congress so they can testify about their findings. And what we found is that we are doomed. Yeah. We are absolutely doomed, and America is a shit show.
It is laughing stock of earth.
Just getting right into the entertainment. We don't have too much. This I thought was funny. Boosie is the lead attorney on the Cassie trial. On the Diddy trial, Boosie has said the following. He said, "I think Cassie and her husband masterminded this takedown of Diddy and his money." Then he continued claiming Alex may have purchased Cassie to come for Diddy. Then became broke. Now the plot becomes realer by the month, he added. He then suggested that Cassie's breaking point, which at the 2022 BET Awards. Boosie continued, "When she saw Carisha with that sign supporting her man at the awards, that did it." Boosie proceeded by calling women like Cassie scorned, which made them a dangerous, evil MFer. He ended his tweet with the hashtag, "Yeah, I said it," at the end.
Oh, man. Bless his heart. I don't really know. Chris Brown is still detained in Europe. Where is he? In Europe somewhere for that stemming from a altercation he had at a nightclub in Europe before, where he bashed a bottle over somebody's head. So I'm not sure why he went there. I don't know why he went there if he had a record. Did he know he had a record? Like, what's going on?
Oh, and that's affecting the first 3 tours of his Breezy Bowl
because they're not letting him out to the 10th, and they were supposed to start on the 8th or something like that.
His United States tour, part of the tour, isn't isn't being affected. It's just his English part over there, because he's not starting here until July, but he's not supposed to get out until the end of June.
Oh, okay. A young black fella by the name of Jamal Roberts wins American Idol last night.
Oh,
that
good.
was Jamal Roberts. Yes, he. I don't know why we were watching it yesterday. I'm not sure. We was watching it, and I don't know why. Los Angeles, the viewers have spoken, and American Idol has crowned a new winner as the season 23 finale came to season 23.
Can you believe that is still going on?
Really? Came to a close May 18th. The fan vote, the majority of all 26 million of them, revealed 27-year-old Mississippi PE teacher Jamal Roberts as the latest winner of American Idol. John Foster and Brianna Nix were the runners-up, with Brianna elimination announced halfway through the finale. With his win, Roberts becomes the first black man to earn the title since season 2's Ruben Studdard.
I was gonna say, Ruben.
Yep.
Where is Ruben?
I don't know where Ruben was. I feel like Ruben is one of the only ones that didn't really do a lot with his winnings of American Idol. For his winning song, Jamal crooned Anthony Hamilton's "Her Heart" at the top as the top 14 contestants crowned him in his celebration. The big reveal came after a slate of performances that paired top 14 singers with guests from Salt and Pepper to Jessica Simpson and Good Charlotte.
Oh wow!
You want to go a little bit to this clip? He was singing with Jelly Roll. Was he singing with Jelly Roll yesterday? That's 450. That's 4 minutes. We ain't got time for that. Jamal performed with the season's artist in residence, Jelly Roll. John took the stage with Judge Luke Bryan, and Brianna sang alongside Brandon Lake.
Oh wow,
that's good. He sang his song with Carrie Underwood, who I don't support because she's a Trump supporter.
She's are you ready for some football?
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Football. She does some football something.
Really?
Carrie Washington.
Carrie Underwood.
Yes, her.
Yeah, she won. I don't remember what season, but she won one of the seasons.
Drake shares a petition urging Governor Gavin Newsom to pardon Tory Lanez.
There was a couple of them that came out with that pardon Tory Lanez foolishness.
Yeah, he put the petition onto his Instagram. I think as of yesterday, it had about 265,000 signatures from people. Drake's hoping to garner some support for his pal Tory Lanez release, sharing a petition calling for Governor Gavin Newsom to pardon him. The rapper took to Instagram Friday night to share a change.org link with the caption, "Tory Lanez, come home soon." And the link led to a petition calling on the governor to correct a deep injustice and pardon Tory. According to the petition, Tory's conviction wasn't supported by enough physical evidence, and they feel the justice system straight up railroaded the guy and landed him a 10-year prison sentence. Petitioners are also urging Newsom to remove politically motivated sentencing enhancements, so it seems advocates are using Tory Lanez in an effort to make systemic changes. More than 250,000 people have signed the petition at the time of this writing. It's also worth noting Tory was convicted in state court, so Newsom does in fact have the ability to pardon him, though it seems unlikely he'll do so. Lanez was sentenced in 2023 after prosecutors successfully argued that he shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot in July of 2020. His case has received renewed interest in recent days after he was stabbed 14 times in prison, with prison officials claiming a fellow inmate attacked him. They ain't never gonna show us.
This is my What is it? What is the call? What is the petition? Was there another trial in which it came out that Megan was lying? And was there another trial that the security guard did actually sit down and say that he witnessed with his eyes that this is what happened? Because I had to look up the word hearsay. And hearsay is almost never ever used in court to mean that because there's no way to judge whether or not that is actually what you heard. In that case, I could hear everybody say something. I heard Tory say that he did do it. That's what I heard. I was there at one point when he was talking to his lawyers, and I had happened to walk by. And when I walked by, he was whispering in his lawyer's ear that he did shoot Megan Thee Stallion and he was trying to get off on it. That's what I heard. Does any one of you guys believe me? I was never even there. That's what hearsay is. The security guard heard said that Kelsey said that she did it. And now everybody's like, yes, free Tory Lanez.
Yeah. I don't know. Diddy's daughters went to prom.
They did go to prom.
They did go to prom.
They did go to prom.
Jesse and Delilah were carried in and out of their prom by their dates on Saturday night. Why did dates had to pick them up and carry them? Why y'all couldn't walk?
That's the problem. Y'all little girls always want to be carried.
And then the twin, they was in their extravagant exit is all on video. You see Jesse and Delilah in glittering red dresses being carried down a flight of stairs, and then the foursome climb into the back of, they didn't have to say the foursome, climb into the back of they didn't have to say that either, black SUV to presumably carry on the party somewhere else.
Well, good for them.
Yes. And then did you read the statement by Alex Fine?
No. He read a statement. What did he say?
He wrote a whole statement.
Tell me, Alex Fine is Cassie's husband.
Cassie's husband. Yeah,
Let's end there. Yeah.
Husband statement. It's beautiful. What he said.
Because everybody's really coming down like, oh, Alex ain't gonna stay there with her after he here. If you guys think that this man came to this court house to support his wife and don't know what everything she's going to say, y'all are bugging.
Yep.
But y'all think that he's walking into the courtroom and for the first time he's hearing about all of this? That's what y'all feel in your heart that is happening?
Oh, you can read her and you can read the details of it. Okay. But where's his statement?
Me no know star.
So she said... Okay, so he said, over the past 5 days, the world has gotten to witness the strength and bravery of my wife freeing herself of her past. There has been speculation online surrounding how it must feel for me to sit there and listen to my wife's testimony. I have felt so many things sitting there. I have felt tremendous pride and overwhelming love for Cassie.
Say that.
I have felt profound anger that she has been subjected to sitting in front of a person who tried to break her. So to him and all of those who helped him along the way, please know this. You did not. You did not break her spirit, nor her smile that lights up every room. You did not break the souls of a mother who gives the best hugs and plays the silliest games with our little girls. You did not break the woman who has made me a better man. I did not save Cassie, as some have said. To say that is an insult to the years of painful work my wife has done to save herself. Cassie saved Cassie. She alone broke free from the abuse, coercion, violence, and threats. She did the work of fighting the demons that only a demon himself could have done to her. All I have done is love her as she has loved me. Her life is now surrounded by love, laughter, and our family. This horrific chapter is forever put behind us, and we will not be making additional statements. We appreciate all the love and support we have received, and we ask that you respect our privacy as we welcome our son into a world that is now safer because of his mom.
Yeah. And that's why you got to find a white man.
That's why you got to find a white man whose name is Fine. Because listen.
Because he's fine.
He said we won't be making any statements. And then Cassie, in her defiance, made a statement.
What did she say?
Cassie? Didn't he say we wasn't making no more statements?
This is why you can't marry no white man.
This is why.
To hold his household.
Cassie said, she said, according to the New York Times. So Cassie said, this week has been extremely challenging, but also remarkably empowering and healing for me. I hope that my testimony has given strength and a voice to other survivors and can help others who have suffered to speak up and also heal from the abuse and fear, she said.
Oh, that's nice.
For me, the more I heal, the more I can remember. The more I can remember, the more I will never forget. I want to thank my family and my advocates for their unwavering support, and I'm grateful for all the kindness and encouragement that I've received. I'm glad to put this chapter of my life to rest. As I turn to the focus on the conclusion of my pregnancy, I ask for privacy for me and my growing family.
Yeah. So Dawn Richards is now, she was on stage and she said that she witnessed Puffy almost beat her over the head with a cast iron skillet.
With eggs in it.
Yes. Because he was waiting for his food. Yeah. And she said that she dropped down into the fetal position and he dragged her up the stairs into their bedroom, and then she came back later.
Yeah.
Aubrey O'Day is set to go, and we know that Audrey O'Day hates him with all of her heart. So I'm pretty sure that these are going to be interesting. I also think that they put Cassie on. I still don't think that she's a star witness. I know that's what they say, but I think that they put her on the stage first because she is 9 months pregnant, and that probably you should go first, just in case you have to give birth and stop this whole proceedings.
Yep. So this is now week 2, starting today in the Diddy case, and we're this is going to be the news. So we'll give you a little bit of whatever we hear on it every.
It's going to get interesting. It's going to get interesting. Yeah. Anyhow, so people, we will be gone for the next 3 days and back on Friday. We have to travel outside of the state for graduation rituals. Tristan will probably pop in and out, and we'll play some recorded shows. So for the next 3 days, just kind of, hold tight, and we'll be back on Friday to have some fun with you guys and get it in.
Get it in.
Yeah. We miss you guys already.
I miss you.
Blessed be. Anybody want to watch my dog for a couple of days? Let me know. All right? All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
You are now listening to Smart.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19.